All right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Akakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. All right, I just wanted to do a video. Earlier, I was reviewing a video. Now this video popped up. I haven't watched it, but it's dealing with those Arabs. All right, those Arabs over there, the sheiks, they have a lot of money. They hire servants. And those Arabs in over there in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, Oman, Saudi Arabia, they're known for slavery amongst North Africans. They go there to become migrants. Women come, they migrate from Africa. They take that trip. They have passports and they go over there, become servants to these Arabs, and the Arabs mistreat them, over there in those lands. And, we're coming into a great transition, all right, when Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to raise his elect up, all right, the main deliverance is going to be from, over here in North America, the land of the North, and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to use his men, the elect, to go around the earth, okay, and put the nations in subjection, under the banner of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, all right, that righteous order that the world, the cosmos, the world of Israel have been waiting for, the elect, the saints. As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I hate when it does this. But I'm going to bring this out real quick, and I'm going to hit that scripture in Daniel 7:18. It says, Psalms 12:5, it says, for the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. All right, and we over here, there's no doubt in Babylon, we're being oppressed, all right, in our wages, in our daily life, by the food that we that we consume, which is manufactured by these major corporations and these distributors that are Edomites, and they're set up to kill us slowly while profiting off of us in the medical system. All right, but when the elect is raised up, we're going to go throughout the four corners of the earth and put these nations in subjection. And we're going to get, we're going to hear the stories of what these heathen have been doing to these Israelite foreigners. All right, like I'm going to the scriptures, about the strangers shall cleave unto the nation of Israel. All right, the elect. It says, this is Daniel 7:18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. All right, we're going to come in as a mighty army, all right, with spiritual power, all right. The scriptures say even the most feeble among you shall be as David, all right. The Lord said he's going to turn the creature, okay, into a weapon, all right. Let me see. Find it. Let's get that. Yeah, Zechariah 12:8. Matter of fact, yeah, I could start up. Yeah, this goes into even. This is the same chapter that goes into Yahweh Shai bringing his marred body back in the kingdom, the body that he went on the cross in the kingdom to show the nation of Israel for great mourning. Yeah, this is Zechariah 12:2. It says, behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in the siege, both against Judah and against Jerusalem. All right, yeah, because we're going to become that cup of trembling unto all the nations when the Lord raise us up. in our stead. Scriptures speak of how can one man chase 1,000 and two men put tens of thousands to flight. All right. It says, and in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. Yeah, because they get ready to rise up against the nation of Israel, to cut the nation of Israel up. Go into that in the book of Psalm 83. All right, there's a confederacy. All right. And these are, these top sheiks, these heathen, or these other nations, all right, they're partakers of oppressing Israel in some shape, form, or fashion. They're not innocent. All right, they're not innocent. Whether it be Moabites, Ammonites, Ishmaelites, Hamites, Edomites, Amalekites. All right, these are the other nations according to their biblical nationalities. All right, that are gathered against the nation of Israel. It says, in that day, saith the Lord, I will smite every horse with astonishment, and his rider with madness, and I will open my eyes upon the house of Judah, and will smite every horse of the people with blindness, and spiritual powers. All right, the Lord is going to bestow powers, all right, upon Israel, starting with the house of Judah. It says, and the governors of Judah shall say in their heart, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, in the Lord of hosts. It says, in the Lord of hosts their power. In that day will I make the governors of Judah like the hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in a sheaf. And they shall devour all the people round about on the right hand and on the left, and Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, even in Jerusalem. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. Okay. It says, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. All right. He's going to raise the feeble up, all right, as David. All right. And David was a mighty man. It says, in the house of David shall be as the power. It says, as the angel of the Lord before them. Okay. Which that brings me to, I'm going to go to the book of Amos. Amos 9. All right. Amos 9 and 11, it says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. All right, so just as the days of old, King David, he put all the nations in subject around him. He had a lot of blood on his hand. All right. Above it says the restoration of Israel, by the Lord raising up the tabernacle of David. All right. That's going to restore the nation of Israel. It says that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord, that doeth this. So all the heathen, all right, Edom and all the heathen, they're going to be a possession. All right. Like the scriptures say, in Obadiah, the Lord is going to raise up saviors. All right. That represents the elect. All right. The Lord is going to set up the elect. All right. So that the house of Israel, the Israelite foreigners, can cleave unto them. All right. And that's the kingdom is going to be established. All right. It says, behold, the day cometh, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord, thy power. All right, going back into this video, now this is a video, this goes into, right here, this goes into an African woman, all right, auctioned for $1 million to a mysterious Arab executive. So these executives, they have their way with, women, especially, I'm talking about Israelites, man. Now if this was a Hamite woman, hey, it's a Hamite woman, but this is an example. You have heathen that have their way with our women, especially in slavery. You go back to slavery, the heathen had their way, okay, with the women and the men, right? It goes into the book of Joel, right? Sold a girl for a harlot. Yeah, this is Joel 3. All right. And 1, it says, for behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. See, the theme, all right, of the video basically is the Most High turning the captivity. See, the Most High is getting ready to turn the captivity. Right now, you have the heathen in a position where they are able to exercise dominion over the children of Israel and impose their will over the Israelites. Kill them. Their blood is upon their hands. All right. And it seems like no judgment has come on the earth for it, or they're able to get away with it, so to speak. But we're coming into the time where the Lord is going to turn the captivity, where Israel is going to get back. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, of the sons of Jacob, which Jacob's name was turned to Israel. There's 12 sons. They're going to get vengeance upon the heathen, all right? So all the sighing, all the crying that Israel has been doing for years, all right? And the elect, all right, we're doing a sign and crying, okay? We sigh and cry for the abominations. We actually call upon the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to bring forth judgment, all right, in his name, all right, in the name of the living power, all right? And there's a growing number of men every day that's waking up to this knowledge, seeking the name of Yahweh and his son Yahushua, all right, to fulfill these things that we read. Like I just read, behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, all right? We're in captivity now. We understand this, and we're looking for the Lord to turn the captivity from us, okay? Verse 2, it says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, or Jehoshaphat, all right, which means the Most High's judgment, all right, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered. So, the things that you see in the earth, the wars, the tensions, all right, it's meant to set up a gathering of these nations so that the Lord can destroy these nations, armies. All right, you read that in the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter. The Lord have already done it. We're just in a time where it's playing out right before our face. All right, the prophets have already seen the vision. All right. It says, among the nations whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land, which that's the land of Israel. All right. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And earlier I was reading that book, The Delectable Negro. Esau has a lot to pay for. These Arabs, they got a lot to pay for too, because there's something called the transatlantic slave trade. And you also had the sub-Saharan slave trade, all right, where you had Israelites that were marched through the Sahara Desert, all right, to the Mediterranean Sea, and they went into India, they went into different parts of Saudi Arabia, the parts of the Persian Gulf, Iraq, and they was traveled. They were in slave markets throughout Asia, okay, Eastern Asia. All right, so you have Israelites that are scattered all abroad. All right. And there's going to be a great gathering, okay, of the nation of Israel. All right, we're going to get that too. But it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Okay. It says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? These are nations of the heathen. And all the coast of Palestine, will ye render me a recompense, which that word means payback? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon you, your own head. All right. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly and pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. All right, and we were cast out of our land, removed far from our border. All right, 70 AD, which was the siege of the Masada. That was the end of, our land, of us being, occupants of that land. You had a great, what is that word? Not a migration. You had Israelites that became refugees, fleeing into parts of Africa, or that's in our history. And then some of them went into Roman slave markets. Prior to that, you had Israelites being occupied by the Grecians, all right, and sold in the Greek slave markets, which they became Hellenized, all right, following after the Greekish fashions, okay, and they forgot about their heritage, all right, and for some of them, out of fear of the Greeks and the persecution that the Greeks were bringing upon Israelites, they just cast their customs off, and they just followed after the Greek ways, thus they became Gentiles, all right, and in the course of time, to this day. So that's why you have Israelites that look like all the other nations, through different wars, through different captivities, all right, but still that same spirit upon these people, these Israelites, amongst the heathen know who aren't them, and they're persecuted for it. So when the elect of Israel is raised up, all right, when the elect of Israel is raised up and they get power and dominion, these same heathen that persecuted these Israelite foreigners, especially when the elect come with that glow, all right, they say they're going to cleave unto the house of Jacob. Let me get that Isaiah 14. These same Israelites, which are strangers, all right, that are going to cleave unto the elect of the Lord, they're going to be able to get back. All right, because now Israel is going to have the dominion. I'll start at Isaiah 14:1. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, which that's the land of Israel. All right, that land over there that they destroyed, the Gaza Strip. Just did a video how it was looked like it was vibrant, it was lively. Now it's just now it's just desolation, and Esau Edom is planning to bring in developers and develop that area, all right, but their plans are going to come to naught. They're not going to have time to even enjoy their conquest, all right. They're not going to have no peace. Scriptures say that there's no peace unto the wicked, saith the Lord. All right, it says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. All right, those strangers are not talking about the other nations. All right, those strangers are talking about Israelites. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. All right, it says, and the people shall take them, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. All right? So that's what's going to happen. All right? It's going to be a time where you're going to have Israelites that were ruled over by the heathen, and it's going to be switched around. All right? So there is going to be get back. That's why you got Revelation 13 and 9. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. All right? That has to happen. All right? Let me get this real quick. I don't know if this is going to come up. No, that's not it. Let's see. All right, this is going into Yahushua and the dream that Ezra saw of Yahushua destroying that army. Let me read this real quick. It says, after this verse 12, it says, afterwards saw I the same man come down from the mountain, that's the chariot, and called unto him another peaceable multitude. All right, that's the elect. And there came much people unto him. Wherefore some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound. And others some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and said, thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. It says, show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. For as I conceived in my understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. For they that were not left were in heaviness. Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them, and to those that are left behind. Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. Yet is it easier for him that is in a danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, and not see the things that happen in the last days. And he answered unto me and said, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the things that thou hast required. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith towards the Almighty. Know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. This is the meaning of the vision. Whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea, the same is he whom Yahweh the highest have kept a great season. All right, and we're coming into that great season. All right, the great season to see Yahushua, which is by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left behind. All right, that's the elect. And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came as a blast of wind and fire and storm, and that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion, and Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and built like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into tempests, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments therewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto me. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves. It says that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Now this represents the Israelites, the other tribes, all right, the kingdom of Israel coming over here, all right, after the captivity, because they were already over here, all right, disproving that Columbus discovered America. All right, when he came, he had Hebrew interpreters, all right, and he used this scripture. It says, and they entered into Euphrates by the narrow place of the river, for the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Asarath. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come, the highest shall stay the spring of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders. Now when he destroyeth the multitude of the nations that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that remain, and then shall he show them great wonders. Then said I, O Lord, that bearest rule, show me this, wherefore have I seen the man coming up from the midst of the sea. And it all goes back to Yahushua. It's through Yahushua, through that great season, how the elect is going to receive the dominion. Okay? The dominion over the earth. All right? And it's going to come to the astonishment of the world. So you have these other nations. They're going to be tormented by the devices that they have devised to destroy the children of Israel. All right? Their weaponry, all of their thoughts and their counsels are going to be a snare unto them. Okay? And the elect of the nation of Israel is going to get back. All right? Especially in these last days, man. And it will be a reward to a man to take heed. All right? And do what he has to do to be able to see this. But you have to be of the elect to receive this. All right? And it's a blessing to see. It would be a blessing to see this thing be fulfilled. All right? You go from being a so-called common American citizen to becoming a head and a ruler, okay, in the kingdom of heaven. All right. And being able to order the nation of Israel, being able to give direction unto other Israelites, Israelite foreigners, giving them the dominion, all right, to chop off one of these Ishmaelites' heads, or one of these these sheiks, or have dominion, to see the Rothschilds, to see these elites who have turned this world upside down, and see them in the pitiful case. Okay? And that's why we suffer and we toil for this word. All right? With hopes to see these things. All right? But I'm in the video here. I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to you brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Until the next video, shalom.